Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
So just waiting, seeing if he is going to have to use his W, bait something out.
Yeah, you saw that hook almost hit him. He still didn't skill anything. So just ice cold from this man. And now we got a TP coming in. Already 3 plates going the way, but now we got a dive here. Lahen's in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to flash into the turret, but the damage is there. Down he goes. First blood given over to Viper. As Gen.G, they say, well...
Swaps and then turn that into very early objective leads because they are the ones first to the objective. And it's actually flipped on its head now. Whereas Hanwha Life with a very aggressive early game.
But Hanwha Life Esports, they have a different way to deal with the Ezreal, and that's to send 4 people bot. And we'll see if it works out. And they're just going to deal with the Lahen's once again. Nice hook into the turret, though, as Peanut does get low, but it does not matter. Pei's going to kill, actually, Delight, and now Toby's here. And this time is going absolutely wrong for the side of Hanwha Life Esports. They get that initial kill, but it was just a bait for the carries to get fed.
Oh,
you can stamp that as a Zeri moment already. And this is the issue when you're facing against Gen.G. It's like, yeah, you banned out their main stuff that they play on this patch, but they're always going to have 2 carries. As Lahen's in a bit of trouble here, doesn't have to flash. Keen getting pretty low. Under the turret, just going to smack it down. Gets the 1v1. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Canyon and Lahen's getting bullied away. So, still Hanwha Life Esports finding some wins here.
I'm loving this from Hanwha as well, to really over-index on the early aggression. Go as hard as you can. Try, because this is where Gen.G have seemed the weakest, try and get as much out of this early game. We saw a backfire in the previous play, but Doran going super aggressive, even though he's sitting on a call. Chovy doesn't have sums. Peanut's waiting, but doesn't look like he's actually of early damage as we take another look at this play from Doran's POV.
Stops the back and then Keen just commits to it.
Yeah, Keen using his W there.
Nice.
Looks like top lane turret is just going to fall here as Hanwha Life take the grubs, denying the 6 grubs to Gen.G as well. Chovy, yeah, I don't know how much will they sit in on, but he hasn't backed, if I remember correctly, since the double kill. So for Gen.G, it's both really good for you because you have such a heavy front line, but also you're running a double carry composition as opposed to a triple carry. So you are actually going to possibly struggle with doing enough
individually, but also the Mountain Soul is very valuable in this game for both teams. So you would imagine they'd fight over it, but at the moment it's just kind of Peanut hanging around. So no TP from Doran yet. I would assume he goes for it, but the Maokai ultimate zones him away, and it goes to Blitzcrank of all people. Peanut's in there alone, and now we got TPs, but the bullet time is huge. But look at this one, pulls Doran into the team, allows him to get a kill and get out. So Keen still not enjoying that matchup, but the Drake did go over to Gen.G, which I'm sure Hanwha Life
There's a lot that Gen.G needs to do right? They need to ensure that Viper doesn't just wipe them with an ult, because there's a good amount of lockdown on the enemy team. And we're also going to slowly get to the point where Zeka is going to be a really big deal. Catch him, Peanut.
Yeah, Peanut's kind of just in the middle of nowhere. They have so much CC, and they pull him into the Ezreal. He flashes, and he gets all outed out of the dash. Meanwhile, we got a Rift Herald in mid. As we're going to do a bit of damage here to this turret, doesn't look like Gen.G are going to stay, especially because Doran has so much pressure in the side
there, so I don't even think that would have been enough.
No, it wouldn't have. Little note, it was kind of fun to, well, I'm not going to be able to talk about any little notes as we got a big Doran in the side lane. They're trying to get on top of him, but he's Jax as the turret, the TP, it gets denied. Or actually, never mind. Zeka does get in there, and now they're trying to turn this one around, and it is going to be big for Hanwha. They get the 1 kill. Keen's on the run, and we got 4 members of Gen.G here trying to take this fight and trying to get out. Peanut looking for the engage, but he's so low. It's now Delight going to flash in. He gets that reliable Nautilus engage, and there's more going the way of Hanwha Life Esports. A lot of low health bars, though. Gen.G trying to turn this one around. So many low members of Hanwha.
No flash for Chovy, and a lot of big gold again coming in for Hanwha.
Delight caught out a bit here, but he's actually got his whole team with them, and yeah, there's nobody else there for Gen.G. Looks nice, but 1 hook isn't enough. And Lens is looking again, as seems like they might want to give this one over to Hanwha. A bit of burst damage comes in. The hook is not going to hit Peanut. And Hanwha Life Esports, to get the Drake, they get out. And they should be very happy about their current spot in this game.
Really are. Don't know what the smaller stacks are at as we are sieging mid.
Might be able to get this one, but Mom comes down and denies it. And the knockback not going to happen, but now the counter engage comes out, and the bullet time is huge. Look at that damage on the Canyon as in goes Zeka, assassinates Canyon. And that's 2 more kills and maybe a Baron to Hanwha Life. I mean, that mid-fight once again, Gen.G are doing things that have worked against many a team, including Hanwha Life Esports themselves in the regular season, but, well, clear the wave with Mom, and, I mean, they need an engage. Here we go, the bullet time. Canyon is so tanky, though. They're trying to turn it on a Peanut, but the burn coming out from the smolder is huge. Peanut getting very low. This Pace really wanted to punish that one. Not going to happen. Keen, again, doesn't really exist. Doran just kind of making this top matchup look extremely one-sided. And now even Pace can't really stand under this turret. So finally, Hanwha Life Esports are going to pick up some structures from this don't exist, right, as Blitzcrank. So I do wonder what Gen.G are going to do about this. They saw Lahen's backing. So it really just comes down to, can they go steal? They're not even going to try. It's another Mountain Drake over to Hanwha Life, who already have about 6,000 gold the lead. And now their carries are really fed, including their third carry. Really the X factor of this game, which is Doran. And did I curse him? That is the only question I have. Doran in a lot of trouble. There are 4 members of Gen.G in the bottom lane trying to predict the flash here. Doran, though, cannot flash the twisted advance, and it's a shutdown and a ton of gold to Chovy.
Nice little win for Gen.G. Actually, I love that Doran did, so they can at least have a little bit, just a crumb of Baron vision.
I think they're doing a pretty good job for now, but Peanut thinks he's okay. The hook comes in onto the 2 tanky members, and Lahen's is just dead. Delight, he survives, he gets the ult off, and now Peanut is getting pretty low, and Chovy trying to frontline. It's not going to work out. He gets immediately burned down, incinerated by the smolder, and now Pays, he's on the run. He cannot deal with this Jax. He's got another E, though, and that's going to get him away, but another big fight win to Hanwha Life Esports. And again, Gen.G are the ones that forced that fight.
Gen.G think, okay, Doran's dead. I don't think there's any way that he's going to be able to get in the pit.
Unless they let him. But yeah, the light's going to come in. That's a kill onto Doran. But it's just 1 kill. The Red Bull Baron power play here for the side of Hanwha Life Esports going to be much. Teamfight setups have been better. Gen.G have been reaching, it feels like. They say, oh, we're behind, but we can still win this. But that has been proven wrong many a time in this game. And let's see, an ult comes in on the Canyon. He's a Maokai, but it doesn't matter. They just have way too much damage, and the Maokai ultimate does come out, but they're not going to have any follow-up after that, and they don't deny the kill on the Canyon either.
Also, wouldn't mind a smaller ban if in the next game, because that pick, look, the front line, yes, they were already behind, but you're playing it at full AD, and it just doesn't matter, and Hanwha Life about to end it here.
Yeah, they're trying to do exactly that. Doran able to frontline at this point. He is just so tanky and so far ahead. As they're going to take out the 1 Nexus turret. They need another wave before they do actually get in and finish the job.
They would want to.
But Hanwha Life Esports, they say, no, we're very far ahead. We can chip damage with the smolder. Doran's got a fantastic angle, and the Sedge ultimate doesn't do much, but now it's just a flip. Chovy is in the pit. It does go the way of Hanwha Life Esports, though. They get the soul. Pays in a lot of trouble. Down will go Maokai. Down will go Lahen's. And the wallets are just too heavy, as there's the execution. 4 kills for Hanwha Life alongside of that Mountain Soul. And they're going to be looking to put the cap on this game number 1.
A standout game here from Hanwha Life. Start off with the early aggression. Never let Gen.G get to those team fights where they are so strong. And in this first game, the prep from Hanwha Life very clearly working out, and the form that we already saw against T1 is continued.
That it is, game number 1. Easily into the hands of a couple of the picks just straight up, but also eventually can get to the back line and deal with the MF. Also, pretty good
adaptation from what was a pretty lackluster. Did you have a level 2, but still you can definitely dive this, especially with bailout.
Meanwhile, I mean, Zeka is taking a decent trade, but here's the dive. Viper getting pretty low. The Ignite is in. His first blood going over to Callisto, but now the turnaround's here. And at the end of the day, I mean, they take out Viper. He's denied all of this farm, and the TP is also used by Doran.
Despite that. And Dragon is going to go over. So Gen.G really course correcting after what was a very, very solid game number 1 by Hanwha Life with so a good amount of mistakes, I think, on the Gen.G side as the grass stacks and the smaller stacks are being farmed up.
This is the issue about playing Yone into this is Lehens. Wow, going to trade Flash this year with
colossal amount of gold that's going to go into Gen.G, so I think Hanwha Life are basically forced to dive here as Keen. Oh boy.
Well, that wasn't really the dive you were looking for. I mean, they can still try to go for it again. Keen trying to pull the wave and going onto Viper. He knows he really doesn't have anywhere to go, so decides to get aggressive with it and just goes down.
Yeah, I actually like that. If he can like find an angle and like pull through the wall, maybe not now though.
Yeah. It helps that he's not Nasus as well.
Oh, reinforcements are on the way. Might be a bait. Oh, lands the show.
Oh, they try to go on a canyon. He's just in Italy. And bailout comes in, but they're not going to get a takedown. The kill goes to Peanut. And now a massive bullet time goes to Hanwha Life. Viper with the perfect positioning. And Hanwha Life Esports, it was like the next one up. They knew that Gen.G were going to be there, and they collapse immediately.
The trap set ends up being by Hanwha Life, and that's why you give the light. His Leona, beautiful engage on top of the Nidalee, obviously.
Same time, this is looking so much better than we've seen in other series, as you mentioned, between these two teams. And to see Gen.G actually be challenged is refreshing.
It really is. And it's necessary, right? We always see when one team is too dominant in the long run, doesn't end up quite working out for both the team and I think the region as a whole. Do note that Paze is monstrously strong. Level 8 right now, basically a solo laner when it comes to the experience, and they do have the Renata ultimate, so Hanwha Life taking a bit of a gamble here.
Oh, the aggressive TP, but they're trying to go forward. Everything misses for Hanwha Life, and now Second gets hand shook, and he gets shaken down to the ground, taken down, and Delight as well. This engage goes horrifically wrong for Hanwha, and Gen.G are looking to punish Viper. A million sticks, and Amiga's taken down. It is 4 kills to the side of Gen.G plus a dragon, and Gen.G slap them down just like that.
All right, calm down, casters. That was a bit much when it comes to cursing.
It proved us wrong.
Yeah.
It's cleansable CC for Leona. And you mentioned it. The second the cleanse comes in, it's just kind of over for Hanwha Life Esports as Jovi's just going to kind of face check and die. Will he die, actually? Couple of damage could go into him and take him down. One auto from Peanut will get the kill, but Peanut might have to pay for it as Paze is just huge. Going to pick up his 3rd kill as well.
See how getting on top of the small there. Chovy doesn't have flash still, though. And Hanwha Life, their composition, I again want to remind you, I think the initial setup has to be good. That's a great start, as Paze does just kind of face tank that. Does have some sustain, but
I feel like this is happening to Gen.G a lot, where they're kind of just running into things. They're extremely confident to just go in, as now, speaking of which, Delight going to get hand shook, he's just dead. And just like that, Hanwha Life Esports lose pretty much their most important tool when it comes to the engage, and now they're going to have to give up a 3rd Drake to Gen.G. It's Ocean Soul, it's not the biggest deal, but for Gen.G, they're going to happily just walk away with the soul if you give it to them.
And this is part of the pivot that we saw Gen.G make into heavy early game, right? Right now, sitting at soul point, what is it, like 17 minutes? That's kind of insane, Valdez. Yeah, 17 minutes, very early.
This is a very different Cassante, but we'll see if they can get it done with 3 members, as, yeah, he's just going to be taken down. The sheer damage from these 3, if you hold the Cassante in place for long enough, will be enough to take him down.
There is only a certain amount of fun that's allowed to be had by a team in League of Legends. And unfortunately for Keen, two games in a row, he's not getting anything. His amount of fun's been giving over to the rest of his teammates. And he just has to kind of accept that this is his fate in life. Nice catch there by Hanwha Life. Does mean the mid lane turret is going to go down because that was a 3-man investment towards that bot side.
Yep. And Gen.G really capitalizing on that. You saw Viper had the bullet time to wave, so not really able to push them off the turret after.
Fate Skull being attempted to get a catch on Peanut there, but he does just make it out. That ult alone, probably not going to be enough. Really, this Baron hit as well, I feel like that's the dream for Renata. Being able to...
Trying to go in on a peanut here. That is a very nice ult from the side of Lahan's door and flashing in, trying to make something happen on a pace, but he's just hopping forward, hops into Leona, and he's got the bailout, so he's not scared. Gets another kill, but now he's super low and they can't take him out. Delight, he gets baited in, another huge handshake from the side of Lahan's. And Gen.G, they just chop him down.
This kid is crazy, Valdez!
That is very early on, but it's only Zeka who's here. So it is a free Baron. You got the tankiness, you've got the Kalista. It's an easy take out of this. Very nice buffer from Zeka.
Yeah, but now that cooldown is gone. Like, that's one of your big wombo combos. We'll see if Viper and Peanut can pull it back.
I mean, they have to try to stop this one. They don't want to give Ocean Soul over. Zeka gets the knock-up here on a Chovy, but that is Smolder, level 14.
Oh, the burn!
Yeah, the burn already coming through. It's online in 22 minutes, and the Ocean Drake does go to Gen.G. And now they're just ripping him apart in this team fight. It is not a close one as they get the execution. Double kill for FaZe as well. And even King gets to have...
Hanwha Live's draft look, unless we get some really big mispositions of the key carries on Gen.G, I think this one is just kind of donezo. As
I feel like Doran is just dead.
Yeah.
I mean, with red buff here as well, I mean, he is Dominus and Renekton, but just too far behind. He doesn't have flash either. He's trying to slice and dice. That is a missed spear, but it just doesn't matter.
No, with the Leandris especially, like, because he has a ton of health but not a lot of resistances, so you just slowly chew through. His pace is like... How is it? Oh, love.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
the red reset.
Well, I think Peanut might die anyway, as they don't necessarily have to dive this turret, but they will. And you know what? Why not? As he is legendary, as he hits now his 9th kill.
And it goes back to what you were saying in the draft, and it was, in my opinion, one of the biggest weaknesses that we saw with Gen.G, particularly at Worlds last year. The willingness to adapt and pivot in a draft when the initial game plan isn't working out. Right, they go for the triple jungle ban onto Peanut, end up securing the Smolder, which was a prior pick for Hanwha.
Yep.
And this game looks very different from game number 1.
This makes them a really scary team. I mean, Gen.G haven't been challenged very much, and some teams would collapse when they finally get challenged, but Gen.G are not that team. It's a very nice lineup here from Zeka, but he's all alone. So yeah, it looked really cool, and you know, I'm sure the Yone fans out there are clapping their hands, but it doesn't do anything. And they can't really do anything. I'm not really blaming him, but at the end of the day, Hanwha Esports are just too far behind as the minions chip away at the...
What type of there's you know there's a bunch of different type of flanks. The pool bay level flank, like what are we talking about here?
I don't think it's quite pull bay, but it's getting close. As now the engage is just gonna come out and the light just dies. And guess what? Doran also just dies. Hanwha Esports do not get to fight in this game. They do not get to play the game anymore. The gold lead isn't that gigantic, but it feels like it's 10,000 more than it actually is. The top lane Nexus turret nearly falls and will be just barely safe.
It's fine, Valdez. That's a strong turret.
The Nexus hasn't fallen
that
yet.
Will defend the Nexus for the foreseeable future. I think last game we had and I think Gen.G have earned that. We had a lot of faith in Gen.G to maybe pull it back.
He's just going to move in and take the Baron themselves.
Yeah. I got both side lane inhibs. And now get Baron and run through to mid.
Yep.
Ooh, little window there.
It does look like they are going to win this game number 2, unless Hanwha Esports have some miraculous surge of gold in this one. But Gen.G going to do it the old tutorial way. Take out every single inhibitor and every single engage tool that the side of Hanwha Esports have. They've already taken out the light. As the Zyra comes in, tries to disengage for them, and FaZe is still just hopping forward. A lot of damage has been done to the non-main characters in this game on the side of Gen.G, but not much has been done to deal with FaZe, as has the bailout, is able to hop forward, takes out the Renekton, and takes down the game. Game 2 will
go extremely low on sustained damage.
You would have Azir only.
Yes, that's not enough damage. So I imagine that
perfect spot.
That was a bunch of silly stuff there, Velda. So Canyon doesn't actually hit free, but without E, like you can't dive.
Yeah, he's just gonna go for that. Forces the flash. Can he kill him under the turret? Oh, Peanut's gonna miss the Q, but it doesn't matter. Peanut, though, will go down. And that is a trade back, and Toby's got TP. Going to get the first Drake very early on.
And this is actually quite big. Pre-6, they might have enough damage to actually kill the Nasus. So, because of Chovy having Prio, he's able to then go into his own vision, spot Peanut so that they have the response ready.
Because it's Ash and Corki, it's immediate priority on the best carries that are available on the patch. And so they're going to have enough damage, obviously.
Yes.
A lot of unconvinced people at the moment, but we've got a lead in gold. I don't think we're going to see too much action because Hanwha Esports don't want to force action just yet. And Gen.G amount of credit when the game does go late. Here comes the Rift Heralds. And you take a look at this turret. I mean, a charge and maybe an auto. Yeah? Wow, just right on the money. There it is. Enough damage. And here comes the Rift Herald now. Gonna just go through the enemy jungle. Be very safe about this. Even gets a knockup on a Lahens. Why not? And there's the crash into the bottom lane turret. And a TP even onto Shelly. That's going to give a little bit of extra hitting time into that one. Here comes Canyon. But they're not able to do much. The arrow also going to sail wide. Here comes the TP, though, from Keen as they want to get the fight going. But Lahens is in a lot of trouble. Doran even lower, though, as now Peanut has to get out of there. Big engage from the side of Zeka, but just trying to disengage, actually, for his team. The wall keeps everybody on the other side. Hanwha Esports, they get away with it, but I'm not sure about them fighting for the streak.
They're going to give over Soul Point. Is that worth it?
No.
I'm going to say no. If it was an Ocean Soul, maybe. If Peanut can get a great smite, that would be something. We'll see. Zeka did TP back in. Lahens is low.
Yeah. Hanwha realized that they really need to make a stand on this one, and the Senna healing, as you mentioned, is pretty huge. Chovy, big hit with the two soldiers. And now all of a sudden it's turning into a flip. Who's going to get it? It goes to Peanut. He's the one with the faster smite, and this time around. And he takes it.
A crucial soul point. Get inner, get bot out, or sorry, get mid outer, get bot outer. And things are not looking bad here, Valdez.
Doran trying to go all out onto an Nasus. I'm not sure if he wins this one, but Cassante is Cassante. 1Q will do it, though. And here comes Peanut to save. No, it doesn't save him. And Keen, even fighting against the Vine, nearly kills Peanut. And you really got to respect that Nasus, guys. At least they killed him.
Yeah, Viper's timing, I don't know if it wasn't available, but otherwise definitely could have saved Doran. That would have been good. Maybe we'll see in the replay. There is no counterpunch for Gen.G on the opposite side of the map. Maybe they'll go for the outer in top, but outer and mid is getting very heavily defended. And that's what we were talking about with the Nasus. Just an incredible...
For Gen.G into a Baron to really get away with this game. So take another look in on this one.
Watch the outplay. So he's Nasus. And Q. Q.
Said we're fighting. Got him.
Doran ends up being not too bad, but are we...
There's a lot of people here, Keen. Does he care? He's got a TP coming in and an Ash Arrow, but the Light's able to get out of there. Has Mikhail's as well. And now Doran just on the run on the Cassante, but there's a Skarner coming in. Keen also trying to fight up top side, but the Senna ult with the all-out onto Canyon. Big impale, but no follow-up, and now trying to kill Doran, but Canyon's getting low himself. They're not able to take down Doran. Hanwha Esports on the front foot here. They are going to get on top of Canyon, take him down. Zeka going too close to the sun there, eats a Q. And a bunch of damage from Chovy, but still a pretty nice scrappy fight here from Hanwha.
It's the tanking from Doran, but also Lahens. Oh, but if they can get this Baron, it's got to imagine Gen.G don't have any recompense. Pace does have teleport available, but I don't know if that's enough.
Look at the damage to this one. They are going to take it down, and Gen.G just don't have an answer to get in. There's the TP, but it's way too late. And that is an early Baron going the way of Hanwha Esports behind. Hanwha Esports now, they've got the pockets. They've got so much gold ahead of their opponents that...
Nash as well. Canyon is already quite chunked. We'll have to see. We have to see a crazy ult from Lahens here to make this work.
Yeah. Also, the poke is really not sticking because they still do have the Senna. And now trying to get on top of Doran, and the CC layering is huge. He's able to buffer finally, and the Mikhails comes out to help him out a bit. And now Ornn Gonna call the horn, but this is a very broken up fight now as the Impale totally gonna win, but it goes to Canyon! He takes down the objective, Peanut gets burnt to a crisp, and nobody on the side of Hanwha to go in second, no! He's gonna dive to his death, and Doran goes down as well. Gen.G, they stay calm, they stay collected, and they take a big team fight.
They have Pays and Lahens in the fight. It looks a little different, but I understand from Hanwha, like it felt like they had more than enough. Everything was going right for them, but now with the bounties going through, with Gen.G picking up 2 outer turrets, we're going to be looking at a very even game state again, Valdez sideways, right? But eventually we're going to reach a point where Zekai in particular, I think, has the shred available to just chew through. Right now, that's not the case.
Yeah, he's alone.
Murder him.
Yeah, flash over that one, and Zeka's just dead. I mean, the arrow flies past, and even a Sentinel to try to help, but you were never going to help him. Second he gets flashed on with that assault.
We go and we go, cool. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We have seen this man have great performances, but right now, not so much, as he really isn't bothered. Maybe it should be a little? He doesn't have ult.
Yeah, he doesn't have ult. That's the biggest thing. He also doesn't have flash. He's just trying to just sit here and take the turret. What is this, solo queue? He's going to live. And now we got an engage, a big horn. But again, once again here for Hanwha Esports, they don't really have the follow-up. They get some nice CCs, they get some engages, but nothing happens afterwards.
Which, Delight should be an expert at that, but I haven't really seen it thus far. As Lahens doesn't need to be in the fight. We've been over this, but we'll be fine.
Peanut, oh, he's going to get hooked, or rather hit by the arrow, but no Impale follow-up here from Canyon. Not going to hit that one. And Peanut's able to just get McHale's and walk away. And so now we got a little fight brewing here as Gen.G and Hanwha Esports, they want to go for this one. A massive Renata ult is going to hit 4, but that is engaged Renata. And it looks like it might work out this time around. Delight just alone in the front line and no follow-up, no damage into the guys on the side of Gen.G. As Doran super low, looks like he finally gets taken out. Chovy just going to get him with a missile. And that should do it. Should give the Infernal Soul to Gen.G.
The way in which we got there was definitely something, Valdez, but we have reached what we thought was going to happen. Seems like a distant memory, Valdez, as now Lahens. Oh no. Oh, Peanut.
Yep. Hand shook, and now he's dead. Nowhere to go, no vision, just desperation to try to get in there. And now, you know, we talked a lot about damage in this game between these two comps.
Most of the members on Hanwha,
they're like desperately trying to kill one Nasus. How can they deal with the rest of the team? As mid-dash, Zeka gonna get hit by an arrow, very nicely aimed, and there's the Impale as well. Renata follow-up, and everybody's just being killed now.
Oh, Zeka, that flash. That's not what you want, Valdez. But I don't think that flash is what decides this game. This one all goes down to the one fight. And a couple of picks found by this Nasus in particular.
Yep, looks like maybe this one is just done. And Chovy, he says, yeah, I can do damage. I'll take you down, Viper. And he's going to do exactly that. The Ornhorn comes in, and that's a bunch of CC on the Keen, but again, he just doesn't really care. He's got a Triforce, and he's got tank items, and nobody can really kill him. Peanut goes in, desperately trying to take out Chovy. Will not be able to do that, as the bailout. He's not going to be able to get it, but it does not matter. The Nexus will fall for game 3. Okay, never mind. He's just going to play Cassante. Flash, no cleanse obviously for Viper. He's got TP on the Ziggs. As Lahens is going in, here comes Canyon, the flash and the roots, and the knockup comes in after the Viper flash and a block here. And the satchel, the hook comes in! Max range! And Viper will be taken down, and they give the first blood to FaZe.
Absolutely huge.
잭스 노려야 돼. 그냥 잭스 W 없어.
As Lance is the one calling it, go on Ziggs.
Says Ziggs doesn't have W, which is the satchel that's actually...
와야지. 형이잖아.
Obviously played together so
yeah.
Makes it even funnier.
He's just, you know, this little subtle
it's one of the
fun talk against Viper.
Doesn't have flash.
Yeah. They just have some teammates, but there's the Zeri, and a lot of damage is going into Canyon. That is going to be a Zeri moment, but the hook comes in, and Zeka pretty low. The damage, Jin actually does have a bit, and now the Lion in a bit of trouble, but Viper is going to come over and help heal.
Jovi's 6.
Yeah, Jovi's still getting in there. Doing a nice amount of damage, really escorting them forcefully out of the river.
Pace was actually reloading.
She
Was wondering whether Keen wanted to flash to try and get a reposition, guaranteed that a hit is. Oh no.
Well, okay. They're actually going to back into the bush. Thought they would try to collapse onto, you know, level 4 Leona. But they're just going to let the light come to them. That's the combo they get in onto Canyon. He's able to disengage, but Tovi already has a kill. Down will go Pace, but Peanut will have to trade 1 second, going kind of crazy here on the Zeri. Will pick up a couple of kills and open up that fight very nicely.
Big win for
And just the vision of one sapling. It doesn't even need to hit them. Like, the fact that they know exactly where Leona is and that the light has to respect a blitz hook means that you just control so much more space.
They normally are. Dropped a lot of waves, and the TP's coming in. I don't know about this, Hanwha. I feel like we're a little bit late to the play.
They are very late to the party. In goes Peanut alone, and they get a big Zig Salt on top of everyone, but the follow-up is just so low, but now Zeka gets into that back line. Does he have the damage? He's got to do it all by himself. I mean, he's alone there with Delight, and Delight nearly dies, but they just turn onto the Zeri. Lehen's super low, gets taken out, but the snipe there onto Delight is big. And now Doran is going to go down as well. Hanwha Esports definitely overstepping their bounds in this one, and Pays just gets to do whatever he wants. Another root comes down, and Viper.
He's running!
He does, I mean, Jin is just so fast. I don't know if Viper can do much. Yeah, that's the cue to come through. The grenade gets him down. And that fight as a whole was just not the right.
Yeah, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
It's not. The teleport's always going to be a team call. So it's not about Viper, it's about Hanwha Life as a team. That play,
Yeah.
I think, is going to haunt them if they do end up dropping this upper bracket final to Gen.G. And right now, it's feeling pretty likely, Valdez. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, this is just like the Ziggs team is supposed to be the one taking down the turrets, but Gen.G are just so far ahead after a couple of team fights that
I don't think
just
Hanwha Life's going to be too bothered by this dragon specifically.
blitz shield value.
Yes, that is true. Sante as well.
Yeah.
Use
You
it.
got to lock it, you know?
빨간팀이 드래곤을 처치했습니다.
No, it's Ocean Soul.
It's been very, very oceany, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the second and the third.
You
We've
know,
had a lot of these in playoffs. I do know that.
Ocean feels very good for
포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
both teams.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's not as good as like an Infernal, but you got to deal with a lot of poke from the Corki or the Ziggs, depending on what side you're on. Obviously, Jin factor in.
We're going really hard on this.
This is a Cassante. I don't know if they can kill him. The all-out, and Keen is just kind of 1v4ing. He's got a lot of help with his teammates from the jungle as everybody from Hanwha Life is here, and they're actually able to turn this one around. They take down both Keen and Lehen's, and Pays, unfortunately, by himself, not able to trade enough back. As Chovy is, it looks like, going to be able to take down this inner at least.
Yeah, he has 6 grubs. That inner is gone, but that's a good trade for Hanwha, right? You get inner for inner, but you get a bunch of extra kills. So I don't think you're going to be too sad about it. When I saw that Pazel'd come down, I was
Chovy on Corki, who is still just hanging out and farming and getting very big himself. That's a Maokai ultimate, even going to force a flash.
yeah, he doesn't have cleanse, right? So like if he gets tagged by that, he just dies, gets hooked. Pace technically is, but he also has his entire team with him.
Yeah, it's Gen.G who are engaging, actually, and there's the root. That is going to be a hook, and it's a Leona, but it just doesn't matter. It could have been anyone. And now Hanwha Esports, they don't have anywhere to go, so they just have to fight 4v5, make it 3v5. And Gen.G, they're going to have this Jin to open up and continue with the hooks, and there you go, the knock-up as Doran gets in front of it, says, get down, Mr. President, but Doran is also going to be taken out. And down he goes. Viper as well just takes a couple of shots from Chovy, and he's out of the game. This one, Chronicler is looking...
It just feels kind of crazy how good... Oh, no! They don't know!
They don't know. And look at the damage that comes out from Chovy. That's going to be the end of the Zeri. Now, they're all alone here, 2v3, as everybody on the side of Hanwha Esports trying to get in. And Gen.G, they say, yeah, you know what? We don't need that Baron. Let's just go kill them again. And that they will. Down will go Delight. Another double for the side of Pays as he runs away with just 10 kills.
Instead, we're just going to donate some more kills to the... what I'm certain is going to be a pretty good boom damage vote.
That's a quality one. You know, at least Jin's got some extra utility in his kit, at least. Keen is kind of all alone here, and the follow-up from the Ziggs is big. Pays, he's the main carry. He's going to walk away from this wall somehow, and now he's going to open up with a Zult here, do a bit of damage. Chovy finally gets on over. It's almost like this fight kind of surprised Gen.G, and you saw Keen kind of got roped into it, wasn't able to get away, so Hanwha Esports get one kill.
You're right.
But yeah, it still would be big if they take out the Jin for sure. Yeah, Lahen's kind of standing on one. And they're taking Banana Brush control. Hanwha Esports,
big.
They're identifying that this is their best shot in this game, and they really can't give Ocean Soul away, but here comes the engage. That's the combo. The lockdown from the Jin is not going to hit, but it's not going to matter either. Delight goes down, and now we got the curtains coming out here as well. Peanut's all alone in the front line, and Pays is just sniping people from screens away as Chovy is able to front line. Look at that. Oh no, the root comes down, and Doran flashes just to die. And that's going to be 4 kills. A triple already for Pays, and Canyon barely is going to get away. That will be the Ocean Soul to the side of Gen.G.
Oh, Viper does get away with it. No vision there. Otherwise, they could have gone.
Penta.
If Chovy didn't get the kill, I actually think they would have chased for Viper.
Yeah.
100%. For the Penta, you have to.
You have to. It's Jin as well. I mean, how many times is that going to happen? Delight, yeah, he's dead. I'm not sure if he's trying to bait or what, but then Viper's going to hook, so he baits his 80 carry Ziggs, but now getting into the back line, they might be able to take that pace. No! They're able to peel for him just barely. And Zeka, unfortunately, he's been fed this whole game, but he's just not able to play the game. One shot comes in. Lahens.
Come on, Lahens.
They're like waiting for him to get a hook. He doesn't have it up yet. Finally gets it. And maybe now? No, Zeka's gonna cower behind the turret. What else can you do? As he is alone in this top side.
Meanwhile, Chovy is 7-1-12. We haven't mentioned him
Yeah.
the entire game.
He just sits there and does a bajillion damage.
Oh.
Just so reliable.
Now you made me think of Dun Dun. All reliable himself. This is to me, GCC was still adding extra damage with the flowers.
Viper doesn't seem to have a satchel. That's the root from miles away, and there you go. He is dead. As Legendary, again, is Pays, and he's got 16 kills. Zonya's here for Chovy, you point out.
That's
Very
not a thing anymore.
It is now. It is when you've got oodles and boodles of extra cash that you can just throw away into fantastic items. I'm a big Zonya's fan, if you didn't know. Here comes Gen.G, looking for the final push to end the series and book their ticket to Gyeongju and be in our grand finals here for LCK Summer 2024. We'll see if they could do exactly that. One shot could do it on a Zeka, but he's going to get escorted out by Peanut. And the turrets are basically paper, and they don't even have a Ziggs. One last try from Hanwha Esports. They throw themselves into it, as Zeka actually will take out Keen in the fountain, who brought himself into the fountain. And now Zeka does eventually go down. Doran not able to solo a Jin as Jax. And that's going to do it, guys. Game number 4 will go into the hands of Gen.G. One last hook from Lahens onto Viper, just to really send the message and send him home for...
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say, okay. See you on the next one.